Hey guys, welcome to Micah Tech. I just want to start this video off by thanking everybody for the responses to the first video. I got more views than I thought I'd get, I got more comments than I thought I'd get, and I got more subscribers than I thought I'd get. And I'm very appreciative. I'm not doing this because I want to be monetized, I'm doing it because I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel. And so I'm super excited to continue to post for you guys and bring another video today. Just something I didn't discuss on my first video was kind of my content schedule. My plan is to post 2 to 3 days a week. Typically I'm thinking Thursdays and Sundays, and I may incorporate a Tuesday in there as well. Not everything will be Apple related, but in the beginning it will be as I kind of work through some ideas that I've had. But I'm also up for ideas in the comments, so please, if you guys think of anything that would be a fun idea or something you'd like me to go over or discuss, just let me know. Today, we're going to talk about the Apple ecosystem. A lot of you are probably familiar with what the Apple ecosystem is, but I'm going to kind of share my version of the Apple ecosystem, what I use and what I enjoy, and maybe some products that I'd like to invest in the future. And we'll also talk about why the features of the Apple ecosystem are so valuable. So we're going to start with what is an ecosystem, the definition of an ecosystem. There's technically two definitions. There's the one that involves nature, and then there's the one that actually involves a network. So the definition of ecosystem, what we're looking at, is a complex network or interconnected system. It's a perfect definition for what Apple's ecosystem is. I would say there's 3 main points that really make the Apple ecosystem valuable and user-friendly. First off, it's user-friendly. Second off, it has a lot of usable features between devices. If anybody has more than one Apple device, you know that they talk to each other and they talk well. So it makes it really easy to use your watch with your phone, to use your AirPods with your iPad and your phone, and vice versa. And also, the Apple ecosystem continues to get updated. iOS 18 is just around the corner, iPad OS 18, Mac OS Sequoia. These are all things that are going to continue to grow that Apple ecosystem and make it what it is. So today we're going to talk about my Apple ecosystem. The first thing we're going to talk about is my phone, the cornerstone of the system. I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I just got the base model, 256 gigs. I have Apple iCloud Plus, so I don't really see any value of having more than that. Now, I guess if I was doing a lot of videos, like long videos, I may want to have that. But typically there's enough space on my phone for me to upload it to iCloud or an external drive and get what I want. The reasons I have the 15 Pro Max is actually kind of funny. It's actually because the previous phone I had kind of crapped out on me. I had the 14 Pro, great phone. I still love that design, stainless steel chassis, the dynamic island, the first of its kind. But the battery life sucked on that Pro, I'm gonna be honest with you. And if you look into the 14 Pro, you'll find that the battery life sucked kind of across the board for the 14 Pro, but they've changed that with the 15. I think it had something to do with the new features that they put on those iPhones that were really bringing that system down, especially with the always-on display, the dynamic on. There's too many things running in the background that were eating away at the battery. Well, the 15 Pros and the 15 Pro Max is significantly better. Basically, my battery got down to 81% within about 16 months. It was time to upgrade. I've got my 15 Pro Max. I've had it for about 2 months now. I love it. I love the design. I have mine in the bare titanium, just regular titanium. It's honestly my favorite. I've carried it naked for some time, although I do carry it with a case now because I refuse to pay for Apple Care Plus. Not because it's not a valuable product, just because I don't really have the money for it, so I gotta keep that phone safe at all costs. That's the first item, that's the cornerstone item of what I have. The next item on my list is going to be my iPad Pro, specifically the M1 version from 2021. This is the device that gets me through my week. For work, personal, if I'm traveling, it's great for watching videos. I love this iPad. In fact, I'm gonna be making a video about it soon for why I think it's still the best iPad to buy today for someone who wants a pseudo-like laptop replacement. The iPad Pro, I've got it with the Apple Pencil 2nd generation, which is perfect for me. 128 gigabytes Wi-Fi only. I have a hotspot, so I don't really feel like I need cellular, nor do I want to pay $10 a month to have cellular on my iPad. But it's just the best device. The M1 chip is super powerful, and if you compare it to even the M4 chip, it's comparable. It's not as future-proof per se, but it's still going to get the Apple Intelligence updates this fall. It's still going to get all the software updates for at least another 3 or 4 years. and it does everything I need to do. It edits my videos, it does content, takes notes. It's a powerhouse. I love using mine with the external monitor support on my Dell monitor. It just makes working so much easier, especially now that I'm starting a YouTube channel. It just makes it so much easier for editing, having two screens that I can work with. My M1 iPad Pro, it's truly my favorite device. And that brings me to the next device. And this is what we talked about in the last video. I'm gonna grab it here for you. That's my iPad mini. I have this obviously in 64 gigabyte space gray. I mentioned in the last video that I bought this, well, I didn't really buy it, I traded for it out of Kansas City. I love this device. Just last night, I was watching YouTube on it when I went to bed. Sometimes I watch some TikToks, but as you can tell, mostly I play games or read. I've really been getting into Apple News lately, and I really enjoy reading some articles. I'm a big national park fan, and so there was an article actually I saved just recently and about the best national parks in the United States. But just this form factor for reading is just so enjoyable. I love mine. 64 gigs wasn't necessarily my first choice, but you take what you can get when you're making a trade. I would have preferred 256 gigs, but this device for me it was the piece de resistance to finish my Apple ecosystem. We'll talk about the other devices I have, but in essence, I love this device the most because whenever I'm just wanting to relax on a day like today where it's storming outside, pick up the iPad mini, play a game, watch some videos, read, it's perfect for me. I'm really glad I got this device, and I really hope that they update it. Well, that brings us to the next device, which is going to be the Apple Watch. I have the Apple Watch Series 7, and I'm going to show it to you guys right here. Cut that out. Good thing for editing. But I've got my Apple Watch Series 7. I'm putting it on here for you. The reason I had to grab it is because I actually film with it on the back so I can see what's in frame. I love my Series 7. It's a great watch. I think that when you're comparing it to the Series 8 or the Series 9, I think minus the temperature feature on the Series 9, I think it's comparable. I think for the price, which I got that in a trade with the iPad mini, I think it does everything you need it to do. Similar battery life, similar features. I love it. I have mine in 45 millimeters Starlight. Does everything I needed to do. It does have cellular on it, but I do not pay for it. There's a rare instance where I feel like I would use that feature, but I just can't stomach paying $10 a month for that if I'm never gonna use it. In my opinion, the Series 7 is a great watch to purchase, especially if you have an older Apple Watch. If you're coming from, say, a 3 or a 4, I think a 7 is a very, very reasonable upgrade, especially for the price. Now, that could change with the Series X that they're potentially releasing here this year. The only thing I would upgrade for in this current market would be the Ultra 2. It's just a money thing for me. It's the price for the value, and right now they don't match up for me. But in the future, if I have a little bit more income, I think the Ultra 2 would be a purchase I would make. The battery life is just perfect. And that brings me to our last, and then I'll actually have a little bit of a bonus item that I think will be fun. AirPods Pro 2. I love my AirPods Pro 2. They work with all my devices, which when we're talking about the ecosystem here, if I have my iPad Pro up and I'm working and I have my phone on, I can switch seamlessly between the devices so that I can listen to my music on my iPad instead of from my phone. It's just really, really awesome. They have great battery life, great noise cancellation. I actually got some custom phone tips for mine so they'll stay in my ears. It's a complaint I hear a lot about the AirPods Pro 2. These make it a little bit easier for me. I've had mine now for probably 16, 18 months. I traded the Pro 1s for these at Best Buy. I ended up paying like 50 bucks when they had them on sale. I haven't had any issues with the battery. I have heard that there are some concerns with battery long term with the AirPods Pro 2. I'll upgrade one day, but right now they do everything I need them to do. In fact, I consume pretty much all my music when I'm out and about with these AirPods Pro 2s. Well, that brings me to the final item, and that is my work phone. And I know that kind of sounds funny, but I actually have a iPhone 12 product red. The reason I wanted to show this, because I mean, to be honest, I don't really use this phone except for checking emails and text from my work communications. But I gotta admit, I'm impressed with this iPhone 12 in 2024. Battery life is fantastic. Screen resolution is fantastic. It's still nice and snappy. It's got the camera system that the iPhones have today on it. It's got MagSafe. I honestly think there's a good argument to be made that if you're in the market for an iPhone and you need to spend as little as money as possible, the iPhone 12 is not a bad move. I really do think that. There's some people that'll tell you if you want the nicer features to go for the 12 Pro or maybe even the 11 Pro, but my 12 here that I use for work has really impressed me, and I would encourage anybody who's looking to buy an iPhone on the cheap, a 12 would be worthwhile. Get it refurbished if you can. I got mine from the previous guy, and I'll admit he did not take care of it. It was dirty and gross. So I cleaned it up, and it's been working great for me. So that's everything for my Apple ecosystem. That's what I use on a weekly basis, daily basis, and I am excited to continue to grow my Apple ecosystem. I think next up for me is probably going to be a MacBook of some sort. But if I'm being honest with you, I've been using my iPad Pro now for almost 21 months since I purchased it. Battery life is still great. It does everything I need it to do, and it's portable. And so I may be one of those iPad believers, even though I know that it has its deficiencies. Of course, being iPad OS. In the end, I digress. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do any reviews of any other Apple products. Please let me know if you have any questions about the products that I use, and maybe even some purchasing advice for what you think would be worthwhile investing. I'm gonna put in the description the cost for each one of these items in today's world, so you can see how much my ecosystem would cost if you wanted to invest in it. But I feel like I actually have a pretty good setup, not only for now, but going into the future. Thank you guys so much for paying attention. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. That really helps me grow my channel. And if you want to see more of my content, that would be the best way to reward me for my efforts. And continue to be patient with me as I continue to learn to edit. I guarantee you probably already tell a huge difference in how I feel about filming now versus even the first video. So thank you guys. You guys have a blessed day.